to say the end
I got
sucks
interested.
somehow. That's probably one of them. I did have another possibility. So instead of this is weird, but you could still have Toneri in the last the exact same way. But I feel like somehow instead you could just have Toneri be the one to revive Madara after the end of Naruto, and have that be like a mini arc between the end of Naruto and before Naruto the Last.
I would just leave Toneri as it is. Just the movie is what it is.
I was just presenting it as a possibility.
Like, if I was gonna do anything, what I would end up doing is Naruto and Hinata would be fully set in the manga. Just, the romance is just taken care of, and then the Toneri movie's either scrapped or Toneri's the villain, does the same thing, and the story is gonna be something else. Something else is what's going on as far as the protagonist side. One or the other.
So would you remove a lot of the Naruto Sakura shipping stuff? Especially towards the end?
No. Well, depends on, like, I would remove Naruto saying, Sakura's his girlfriend, that whole thing.
What about the clearly,
or
obviously
change it.
intentional weird kiss during the CPR?
Yeah, but so whereas I get what you're saying, as far as Sakura's personality goes, it was clear she had feelings for Sasuke and not Naruto there. So it's just, I don't know why they did that.
I mean, you get what I'm saying, so you do know why they did that. What about Kushina saying that to find a girl like her?
So, two things. Well, I'll say three things. One, she can say that. Naruto can choose to find a girl not like her. Two,
awful.
Hinata can have a Kushina-like moment. You see this in Boruto anyway, when like she gets the angry eyes and holds up the frying pan or whatever. It's like Kushina. So you can just have Hinata do anything like Kushina for a brief moment, and Naruto can think in his mind about the Kushina thing.
And third?
Or have Naruto get with Sakura.
Okay, I had a third possibility. Well, I guess a fourth now.
Or a fourth. Don't have Kushina say it.
Well, no, I was going to change what Kushina says. And I feel like this sort of goes in line with other things she's saying anyways, considering Jiraiya, ramen, and girls, blah, blah. She already mentions things anyways about Naruto and potential bad habits. So she could say something along the lines of, and you can tweak this, okay, just conceptually. She can say something along the lines of, I'm a little bit fiery of a girl, so Naruto, be sure to go after someone sweet or gentle. Or you'll probably go after someone like me because I'm your mom.
No, I have an idea. Because, first of all, when does Kushina say to find a girl like her? Is it when she's dying or when she talks to Naruto?
When she's dying.
Okay. So here's what you can do. Kushina can just conceptually think Naruto will be like her. So rather than saying find a girl like Minato or like her, she tells him to find a girl like Minato.
That's way
Minato's
better.
that quieter person.
I want that. I want that word like for word. Okay, that's going in the abridged.
Yeah, right now. But that's an easy solution there. And then in this case, have Hinata and Minato talk to each other, or have back-to-back scenes of them doing anything that makes them look similar in personality, and have Naruto notice.
Okay, so I have another one for you. In this sounds ridiculous. I don't care how you get to it. In this case, would you have Gaara wrap his sand around Hinata instead of Sakura? You can make it work.
What do you mean?
during Konoha Crush, Gaara wraps his sand around Sakura, and it's gonna
Oh,
like crush her to death. It's like the time delayed. I think they said an hour. I don't remember how long they said.
yeah, yeah.
It's like a big reason why Naruto summons Gumboot, in my opinion. That in particular.
So I'll be honest. You absolutely can. Well, I'll give you three options. One is, yeah, you could do that. Two, no, you don't have to do that. I don't have any problem with Naruto still liking Sakura in part one. Has a lot to do with the promise of a lifetime meaning a
Exactly.
lot, for
Yeah.
example. Three, Gaara can do it to both.
No.
Hinata can just be there too. And he just does it to both of them, and he's trying to protect both of them.
Okay. I feel like it's still better for it to be Sakura, though it for just for a character. Because if you take that away from Sakura, you're taking away everything. But if you give it to Hinata, it makes sense. Not only because she loves Naruto, and then she's relevant because of the tuning exams, and specifically because of her bond with Naruto coming out of the tuning exams and her talk with Hinata right before the Neji fight. I feel like this could be the perfect thematic conclusion to this part of the story between Naruto and Hinata. Um, you
And
could
I
still make that work with
agree.
Sakura
And
later.
that's where it's tricky. I mean, eh, I feel like honestly, it's a problem is it's so impactful with Sakura because Sasuke's saying you have to protect Sakura. He doesn't care about Hinata. I mean, he can just say it, but it's like more meaningful with Sakura. I
Well, I
almost feel
mean,
like
you say
you
that
just have to have you either
it's.
have to do both or just
I
Sakura.
don't think it's about caring about Hinata personally. I think it's caring about Hinata conceptually in the same way he did after the Neji fight. He absolutely cared about Hinata there. Why? Because of
I'm
conceptually.
talking about Sakura. I'm talking about Sasuke because when
Oh,
Sasuke's like, Naruto, you have to save Sakura. Now, if it's the last thing you do, I can hold him off a little bit longer here, but that's when Naruto then gets his mental amp.
yeah.
Like Sasuke saying that about Hinata is just like feels forced. Bro's never even met the girl, and it's obviously for Sasuke and Sakura, it's pretty meaningful for Sasuke to say it about Sakura.
To be fair, I feel like the
So
precious comrades line could be changed anyways. I get that it's something that Kakashi tells him, but the point is that it's about Itachi. I wouldn't say that Sasuke's precious comrades were killed by Itachi. I would not consider the Uchiha clan Sasuke's precious comrades. So he could just say he never wants to see people close to him or people he knows or whatever, Leaf Village people, etc., etc.
no, 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 no. I'm not focusing on that. I'm focusing on the you have to save Sakura if it's the last thing you do line. Him saying that about Hinata is just like, what?
To be fair, that's sort of plot anyways because it's not for Sasuke about Naruto saving Sakura. It's about Sakura not dying.
Yeah, but the point is that Sasuke cares about Sakura. That's what's important there. It's important for A, their relationships, romantically and in general, and B, oh, that just makes sense. Him
Ye-
saying that about Hinata, well, now you've removed him wanting to save Sakura at the cost of his life potentially, and replacing it with a girl Sasuke's like never interacted with. So I feel like if you're gonna do this, I would just have both of them there.
I don't see that line as romantic
And
at
Sasuke
all,
could say, "You
even if he
save
cares about
Sakura
Sakura.
and Hinata."
I don't see that line as romantic, even if he cares about Sakura.
That's not the point. My point is, it's important for showing that he cares about Sakura, which can then, well, just A is important for the dynamic, and B, if you want to use that as building towards the romance, good thing to include. Either way, it's important.
I get that. It's important for Sasuke to see Team 7 as a family, not for him to care specifically about Sakura. But I think that line's way more important for Itachi stuff than it is, which it sort of just converges there anyways. But I think you get what I'm saying.
It's both. But my point, because you're gonna let the Itachi stuff there regardless. My point is, having Sasuke say that about Sakura is a lot more important than him saying it about Hinata. So
For the
I would
Team 7
either,
family bond, yes.
in all bond perspectives. So what I would either do is have both Hinata and Sakura there, or just Sakura.
I do not think that was a Sasu Saku moment at all, but that's okay.
You
Wasn't
don't
even
think that
blushing
he
when he
cares
said it.
about Sakura?
Yeah, but I
That's
don't think
all I
that's why he
said.
said it.
I have said 50,000 times, it doesn't matter if he currently has romantic feelings. You can just use that as building towards the romance. It's still
Okay.
building in the direction you want.
Okay.
Doesn't matter if
Okay.
he currently built it.
Okay. Fair enough. Okay. We'll move away from this
If you
part of
remove it,
this.
I'm just saying, people are gonna hate the romance even more.
Okay. We'll move to another one about the Naruto Hinata. Go back to that. So, okay. Another idea. So, okay. In the pain arc, should Hinata have. Okay, this is also considering Naruto and Sakura end up together. Should Hinata have even given her love confession during the pain fight, given how the story played out?
So I'm guessing the alternative would be she would do it in the war arc scene. I'm guessing.
In this case, like, this sort of addresses your complaint that Naruto never thinks or considers back on the love confession at all. Which, by the way, she does just say really like, not love in the Japanese, but that's okay. It could be translated either
That
way.
doesn't, if anything, Oodie, I hate to say it, that actually makes it worse because love you could interpret as like family. Really like, you as any kid, any 10 to 20-year-old, when someone says, I really like you, what they mean, they're more likely to say romantic dating than if they had said love. That actually makes it worse.
I disagree if you say that to a little kid. I think it applies more to older people than it does to little kids.
Bro, middle schoolers, high schoolers, if a girl says I really like you, the only thought they have is, oh, you want to date me. There's no confusion.
Yeah, those
But if they
horn
say I
dogs,
love you,
maybe, not
they might interpret it
reasonable
as,
people.
ironically, if they said I love you, they might interpret it in more ways. It's honestly more clear for the first time you're saying it to say really like. It's honestly true.
I can see how hard puberty hit Kamui when he was a teen.
Bro,
Kamui's
I am
talking from
telling, bro,
experience
like,
with this one.
yeah, anyone could tell you this. There's no ambiguity. If she said I really like you, that sets it in stone. There's no room for confusion. Now it's just bad. There's no saving grace now.
I disagree, but we could just move on from that. So, again, this is just concerning the. Okay, so just in general, do you think that she should have given the love confession during that pain fight, given the story plays out the exact same way it does, anyways? Or should they just not have had it at all, with no other
Well, like, so
changes?
what's the alternative? She does it in the
Right
work
now, the
scene,
alternative
or
is
does she
there's
just
no
doesn't do it?
changes anywhere else. Just, do you remove the love
Okay.
confession, just in general, with the story we have?
Oh man. So there's pros and cons, obviously.
Mm-hmm.
So pros for removing. Well, now you don't have this nonsense of Naruto just ignoring her love confession. Never happened. Hinata was too shy. Whatever. But real quick, I'm assuming she still is gonna protect him, right? The same way.
Yeah. You still have all
She'll
that.
just say something else.
In fact,
Yeah.
I
Okay. She'll just
specifically
say
mention here.
something about her Nindo or something.
Yeah, exactly. You have nothing, and just hammer home on the "that's my ninja way" part, making that more of an emphasis.
Yeah. Yeah, okay, yeah. I do think the I love you is impactful. I like it in that
Hmm.
scene, but honestly, in this case, if you have, I'm reading your thing, if Hinata says something like, I kind of like people like you, like mirroring Naruto's words,
Exactly.
and the ninja way stuff, now Naruto, I mean, I would still like Naruto to have a reaction to what she says, but like in this case, though, it's not inherently romantic. It's not obviously romantic, and him not saying anything afterward is a lot more understandable and forgivable. So yeah, honestly,
Hmm.
my
Okay.
pick is obviously they do something with the romance, but if they're
Yeah,
not gonna,
absolutely.
I agree.
Yeah.
Do this
Okay.
instead.
Interesting. I like that. Okay. So the question is, because I think it goes without saying how blatantly obvious I kind of like someone like you just doesn't work for Hinata. So what does she say instead of I love you? Since this doesn't work. But like I would be something akin to the idea of quoting Naruto or whatever, considering the ninja way thing from later.
Honestly, I'm fine with it, bro. I know it's goofy, but
It
Naruto
doesn't
says
make
like, Hinata,
sense.
why would you? And she says, because like Naruto. Honestly, I kind of like people like you. Like
So
I'm fine with it, bro. It's just an obvious callback. I don't care. I'm fine with it.
no, if anything, okay. Hang on, hold on. I'm just gonna say this before you react. If that's the case, it should be reversed. Back in the tuning exams, Hinata should have told Naruto, I kind of like someone like you. Considering that's her like shy demeanor, and she's trying to reveal her feelings, but she doesn't get it all out because that's her shy demeanor. And here, I don't know how Naruto would say it differently to her, but
Doesn't work.
it just makes more sense. If Hinata's gonna
That
do
only
something
works.
like that, makes more sense for her to do it earlier on.
It only works. Okay, this concept only works for a future scene when Naruto and Hinata get together, or just a romantic moment between them, where Naruto then like in a slice of
What about
lifey
in Naruto the
chapter where
Last?
Naruto's talking to her and he says it.
Yeah,
The only
so
way that
okay.
works.
In Naruto the Last, instead of Naruto saying I love you when he does, he just says this line back to her.
Yeah, like that would work in this case.
In fact, he can even clarify right after. Like he says that, then Hinata still does exactly what she's like, and like, Naruto, what did you say? And Naruto's like, Hinata, I love you. And there you go.
Yeah, like that'd be. I mean, granted though, I think it's fine if Naruto says it, Hinata says it back, and then the future when they have a romantic moment, Naruto just says it again. Like it's goofy, but like I'm okay with that.
I think especially for Naruto the Last, this works better, considering how casually he said that he loves Hinata the first time. And Hinata like catches that, like, but it's like blatantly obvious. Like, Naruto, what did you say? You know what he said. It's shocking because he just
Yeah,
came right out. It's basically like the Reiner reveal from Attack on Titan.
that's what I was about to say. It's like the Reiner reveal.
Yeah, so I think this just fits more naturally. Naruto said something like that instead.
Yeah, I also just I like the original line when Naruto says it. So like I would low-key just like it, even if Naruto doesn't realize his feelings still. If he just said it again and ship it in at some point, like he just says it in passing again, and then Hinata says it to him, like you just kind of make it a recurring thing almost. Like I'm fine with that.
So, okay. Now he's where I address the elephant in the room. So my interpretation of the tuning exams, when Naruto does say this to Hinata in canon, isn't this kind of idea. I don't think Naruto's being the shy, stuttery person here. I think he is saying
No, no.
that he blatantly has a crush on someone else when he says that.
I think he's just saying like he likes that Hinata doesn't give up. He likes that's all. He's just saying like I like people who don't give up. He's not saying I romantically want to date those people. He's just saying I like that in general.
Well, yeah, no, I get that. Because it is someone like you, so either way, it would be like Hinata. He likes people like Hinata. But my point is, I think he was talking about like someone specifically, which Sakura isn't like Hinata, but I still think that's what he's saying anyways.
No, I think he was just saying like, I like that you don't give up, just like me. That's all.
I don't like the word
That's how I
someone
interpret it.
there. He should have just said people.
He does, at least in the dub. In the dub, he says, "I actually like people like you."
Not in my version.
Did I mean if it would? Why would they change that? I mean, let's go check.
Okay.
I mean, I will admit, I recently discovered a censor change in the Land of Waves that makes no sense. I will tell you it right now. There's nothing to censor here, but so when Zabuza's doing his ninja speech, and he's like, you know, when you become so powerful, your name is in my bingo book, blah blah blah. Then you may become ninja. In the version I grew up with, he then says, "But until that day, you're just brats." The version I just watched the other day, it says something like, "But to call you brats ninja, you're just brats," or something like that. I was like, what? I'm like, I knew that line by heart. I'm like, I'm not tripping. I don't understand. I want to access my OG version because this is unacceptable.
Okay, so chat, you're gonna have to look at something scary. So for Halloween, here you go, chat. While I find this in the dub.
Okay.
You say here?
Hinata.
Yeah. Okay, he's gonna say it here. Perfect. So I still think I'm sharing my screen.
In
You
a
should
sec.
be hearing
Well,
my
it might be
audio.
like 10 seconds, but
You can hear it?
yeah, I'm listening.
Okay.
Huh?
Yeah.
I kinda thought you were, what?
Okay, to be fair, in your defense, he is being the stuttery, shy person here. But I think he just doesn't know what to say. Considering he's not, like, blushing or anything. I think he's just being airheaded a little bit. Just thinking of what to say.
What? Gloomy, timid, always terrified, and basically completely weird. Oh.
I love this scene.
But you know what? I actually like...
Plus the pause, bro. I feel like the pause is so important.
people like you.
Okay.
Okay, yeah, they didn't change that.
Whatever. Get out of here, Kyle.
Bro, when it comes to the English dub words outside of random censorship changes or the Zabuza one that makes no sense, I know these dub lines. And this is my specialty.
Bro,
Wait till we
you
get
know
to
what?
the English dub trivia.
I probably was listening to Adele around this time. That's probably the problem. It doesn't count.
Anyway, yeah.
Perfect. Okay.
Okay. Also, I'm reading this. That Haku's even cuter than Sakura. Okay.
Because it doesn't even make sense, bro. Haku does look like Hinata. I think Haku just should be a girl in this case as well. So, to read this, should Naruto have had a line about Haku reminding him of looking like Hinata, given that Naruto thought Haku was even cuter than Sakura?
Well, two problems.
Mm-hmm.
Well, one, you have to actually introduce Hinata in this case, obviously, before. Anyways,
She is
two,
in chapter 1.
I don't think. No, in the manga, she's not in there.
Oh, you're right. Actually,
but
yeah. Throw her in there.
But two, I don't really think Haku looks that much like Hinata. And three, if Naruto thought Hinata was cuter than Sakura, okay, in this case, you're removing cuter than Sakura. It just looks like Hinata.
No, I would keep the cuter than Sakura. But I would keep these two ideas separated, so Naruto would say that Haku looks like Hinata at some other point that isn't right before or after cuter than Sakura. Which I guess cuter than Sakura would Haku has to be a boy, but that doesn't matter. That's okay.
Well, either way, I feel like, but then why would he? I feel like he would just have the crush on Hinata earlier then, if he thought she was cuter than Sakura from the get-go.
I mean, Naruto does the sexy jutsu, and he knows what a beautiful woman looks like. I don't think Naruto was a crush on his sexy jutsu version of himself. Like, I don't think Naruto would necessarily have a crush just because someone's cute.
Well, it's kind of how they make it seem with Naruto Sakura early
Listen,
on,
listen.
at
They
least.
also have Naruto sleeping in Shippuden calling Sakura some fat, ugly pig. I don't want to hear it, bro. He does not like Sakura because she's cute. That's not the only reason,
I
at
think that's
least.
just inconsistent, like, jokes that they do, because sometimes they have Naruto dreaming about how pretty Sakura is.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
like I even the Kageno heart jutsu filler when Naruto's like unconscious, he's like sleeping. Sakura's like resting her head on him, and he's like, "Oh, like it's so nice to be touched by a pretty woman or whatever." Like whatever he says. The point is he calls her pretty. You know.
Listen, I'm just saying, this just adds something early on at the very least. Not only to subconsciously get Hinata above Sakura just for the fans, at least.
Yeah.
But also just because Sakura and Sasuke already have so many things with Sasuke blushing or whatever.
And I agree with the intent that you're going for. The point is planting seeds earlier. So like.
Yeah, which I think you could do, just have Hinata in chapter 1 or wherever, really.
Now, granted, though, I personally don't think it's necessary because the tuning exams is the second arc as it is. So you get Hinata early. So I don't particularly have a problem with that. It's more so the after the tuning exams where that's where I'm like, okay, this is where you need to make more reasonable attempts.
I mean, I think it'd be fine for Naruto and Hinata to have some basic, at least, acquaintance in the manga before the Chunin exams, considering they sit next to each other in written exams and they're just all hunky-dory.
No, no,
Like,
no. I'm not saying you can't do that or that you shouldn't do that. I'm just saying that without it, I'm fine with that. I'm more so focused on the later stuff, but I definitely don't see problems with introducing more earlier.
okay. Like, it's kind of weird how almost close Naruto and Hinata seem to be in the written exams when we haven't really been introduced to her at all. Like, if anything, introduce her earlier or have this be Naruto's first time meeting Hinata. Hinata obviously knows Naruto because of stalking, but... Or first time where
Yeah, I
Naruto
get
would
what you're saying
remember
there.
Hinata permanently. Because, like, obviously he's defending her as a kid, but I think that's just because she was in danger, not because, oh, that's Hinata. Like, I don't think he remembered who Hinata was after that, for example.
Yeah, like unless you want to call it a retcon, then yeah, he doesn't really think much of that moment.
Yeah. Okay.
Either way, though, with this idea in mind, though, do you actually like the idea of having Kushina say to find a girl like Minato instead of a girl like her?
Well, maybe not worded like that, but I like the idea, yeah. But in that
Yeah,
case,
I
you
don't know
sort
how
of
you
need
would
Minato
word
to
it.
be a
But
slightly different, I feel like. And people like Minato
because
the way he is.
alternatively, I feel like you would just have to have Hinata have a Kushina like moment
Because
if you want to keep the line in general.
who'd be the girl who's most like Minato? It's definitely not Hinata. It's probably Ino, being completely honest.
No, it's not though. I don't think there's any girl really like
Well,
Minato.
but yeah, that's
Because
what I'm saying. There's no girl
Minato,
just like Minato, but of all the girls, Ino gets the closest of all the unlikely ones. Unless you're gonna say like Karine or something.
no, because I
Karui.
mean,
It's like
but the thing is, like, so for
no.
example, in an argument, Minato will just like put the hands up, blush, and be like, haha, you win, like, kind of thing. Or he's got that.
I feel like Sasuke does the same thing though.
Ino's more like she's gonna argue back. Hinata's more of like Minato. The problem is Minato's not shy, but he's also more reserved like Hinata, but he's not as shy as
I
Hinata.
feel like that's in their uncomfortable dating scenario though, whereas I think Kushina's talking about specifically like overall personality. Like Minato and Sasuke both have a cool personality, even if they're not comfortable in this dating case in all instances.
I know, but I mean, Either way, Minato's not. He's a lot more reserved than you know. You have to pick from like some other village or something. Like,
Okay, I have a. This is
find a
hilarious.
girl like Minato.
I have a. I have a retcon.
Conan. I think Conan's the
No.
most like Minato.
Definitely not. Okay, so 2 possibilities. Either Itachi, we just add a character. Itachi has a sister, or Sasuke has a sister. You know, either way. Same age as Sasuke. They could be twins. I don't care. In this case, she's like Itachi, who I feel is like Minato. Or the funny one. You just have Itachi be a girl. Then you have a girl like Minato. Naruto after.
So Itachi doesn't die in this case, and Naruto gets with Itachi.
I don't even care about Hinata. Remove her from the story entirely. Just in fact, remove Sakura from the story as well. The 3-way love triangle is Sasuke hates Itachi and Naruto loves Itachi. That's forget the promise of a lifetime. Or that's the reason they're fighting at the final valley.
Kill Itachi. It's crush.
I want to see that version of Naruto.
Write it down for the roots.
Oh my god. Bro, that's such a big change. We could write that down, I guess. Oh my god. Okay.